I'm joined today by Dr. Elliot Edwards, who feels that our society is slowly being consumed by technology. As a doctor as highly regarded as you are, Dr. Edwards, why do you push so strongly in the direction away from this sort of interaction, whether social media, texting, or any platform like that?
Well, it's a great question, Shelby. I wouldn't say that I'm against technology. I call it OCT, obsessive compulsive technology. I feel like that so much of society now has become so dependent on the iPhone, the email, Twitter, that we've lost the ability to communicate with each other, to socially interact. So I'm not against it. I certainly have an iPhone. I use email. I have a laptop. But I feel like we've gotten to the point where it's almost overtaken our other social skills, and I'm worried that we're going to raise a generation that can't speak to each other, can't shake someone's hand and look each other in the eye and communicate that way.
Now, are you completely against our new and improved ways of communication?
No, I'm not. I think that certainly a lot of those new gadgets, ways to communicate, certainly help our society. I think that they are something that we need to have, especially with the way businesses run nowadays. I get it. I understand it. I'm just worried that we're maybe going too far. That we're, as I said before, we're going to raise a generation of kids that can't socially interact. I'm even worried that someday we won't even conduct interviews face to face. That will strictly be done over the website or an internet, and you're not able to see the reflection in their voice, the way they react to a question or an answer. And I think those social skills are very important in today's world as we continue forward.
Are you completely against our new and improved ways of communication?
No, I'm not. I think that certainly a lot of those new gadgets, ways to communicate, certainly help our society. I think that they are something that we need to have, especially with the way businesses run nowadays. I get it. I understand it. I'm just worried that we're maybe going too far.
The man left the grocery store to pick up his kids at the ball game. The street signs said to go left, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The woods are full of life. My very excellent mother just served us 9 pancakes. 9 pancakes were just served by my excellent mother. Trash is to be taken out every Thursday, and horses need to be turned out every 2 hours. My excellent mother served us 10 little ladies that we raised. We raised corn. Nobody hears me. Nobody understands. What can I do differently? How can I make them see? I don't know what left. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. Seashells by the seashore. Maybe she sells seashells by the seashore. Maybe may not.
Good evening, welcome to Tea Time with Tony. Today I'm going to be talking about this Dr. Elliot Edwards guy. Who does this guy think he is, talking about technology being too advanced and us not being able to socially talk with each other and have a conversation? OCT? Obsessive compulsive technology? What is that? It's nothing. How about OC dumb?
Doctor, I have read a lot of your books, and I don't think I agree with everything that you have to say, and I know that you've received a lot of backlash from others as well. What would you say to those people who've given you criticism?
Well, I would tell them, to lighten up. I'm certainly not telling them they can't have an iPhone. I'm not telling them to stop tweeting, to stop sending emails. What I'm telling them is, along with those things that they're doing with social technology, is to make sure they take time to communicate with each other, to speak, to have social fellowship, interaction. The Bible talks about fellowship with each other. And I just feel like that we've lost that. We've lost those skills. And so I would encourage kids, we did that with our own children, to make sure that they weren't just on their iPhone tweeting and texting and emailing and Facebooking all day, that they got up out of their seat, they went and did things, they went outside, they talked to people, they socially interacted via speaking rather than just technology. So That's what I would tell them. Not a hardcore, antagonist against technology. Just let's be sure that we're not losing those social skills, so we don't get so far into that game where we have lost the ability to speak.
Wait, what is this guy saying? How old is he? 60 years old? He doesn't know anything about technology. We're growing and we're advancing. We need the technology to advance. A lot of what we're doing because of technology, that's why it's possible. Without the technology, we'd be sitting there banging hammers on stones. What do you want?
Hi, Shell. Here, I'm gonna give you the camera just to get a shot of me. Just let them know I'm here. And I'll turn it on. Here, I'll sit down here and it's going. It's running. I'll sit down and take a drink of iced tea. That's it. Say goodnight, Dick. Bye-bye. Okay. Halloween 2007. Who is it? What's your costume tonight?
I'm Josiah and I'm a big fat person.
Okay, who are you?
Tiki Man.
Who are you?
I'm a skeleton.
Okay, and we're the dads. See you guys. Bye. Good. Okay. That'll be.
Doctor, you've identified what you see the problem as. So if you had to come up with a solution, what would that be?
Well, it's a great question. I think that if I had my wish list, it would be that we continue with technology. We don't take it away. I think it's here to stay. But I think we maybe, as parents, as educators, make sure that our children are getting some time outside, getting some activities in that require social interaction. I would make sure that while they're spending time on social media, while they're tweeting their friends, I think it would be good to pick up a telephone, call, talk to someone, maybe to go to their house. There's a commercial out right now, I'll give you an example, where a family sits in a living room and they literally communicate to each other on their iPhone. Nobody speaks, and we laugh at that, but it's really not that funny if you think about it. And I think we're gravitating closer and closer to the day where that's how we communicate.
Doctor, in conclusion to our interview, what would you say is your biggest fear?
Wow, that's a great question. My biggest fear is that as time goes on, I'm going to be one of those few people left that talks and communicates, and when I'm trying to talk to people and have a conversation, they're not going to be paying any attention to me. They're just going to be looking at their phone. Be honest with you, you're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. And I don't mean any disrespect, but you're on your iPhone. Who are you texting right now? I'm just curious.
My friend.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. And I don't mean this in a mean way, but see, you weren't paying any attention to me in your last question there. And that's my fear, is I'm going to be talking to myself.
language being the limits of my world. There is no hope.
Hope.